Next thing I know, I'm jumping out a shorty window in front of a bus stop full of people, son.
Yo, y'all should do a podcast for real.
Yo, but like, what would we call the podcast though?
Boy, I don't even know, but it got to be something that represents us. Look, man. So here's the thing.
Yo, we back. How y'all doing, my guys?
What's goody? We here, man.
Yo, what's poppin', boy?
Episode 32. Another one about to go in the books.
Yep.
32.
I mean, listen, man. We're going to just jump straight into it this time. I've been doing a lot of thinking, especially after last episode. I mean, I feel like we really got to express how men feel about certain things, our viewpoint on a lot of different things. We got a lot of really good feedback. Shout out to y'all, by the way, for all the good feedback.
And shout out to my man P for showing up too.
Facts. Shout out to P.
Shout out to P.
But because of the feedback, I kind of wanted to stick in that vein and talk about something that's been on my mind a lot lately. All right, so let's just get to it. In my opinion, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, right? It's often depicted, like in media and society, when relationship or anything like that is having turmoil or a problem, like the assumption is always the man did it. It's the guy's fault. Like, and I feel it's messed up. Like, I understand there's double standards in this life, and sometimes you just gotta eat it. But I feel like that's unfair because it kind of comes off like women don't play guys. Like, men get played too. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And I feel like I want to talk about that today. I want to talk about for y'all, right? What I want to talk about y'all specifically starting off is, I always believe in this notion or this quote that everybody says that hurt people. And then there's a lot of women who subscribe to this theory that men get hurt as teenagers, and then when they grow up, because they got hurt as young kids or teenagers or whatever by some woman or young lady, they grow up and just treat women like shit for a set amount of time. Mm-hmm. So my question to y'all is, one, do y'all believe that's true?
Oh, I thought you was gonna say the second question.
I'm gonna follow up with the second part of the question.
For me personally, I don't believe in that statement. I don't think that's true at all. I'm one of them people. I agree that there is this stigma that when a relationship is going through the emotions and this turmoil, that is ultimately the guy's fault. Or they ultimately point to the guy first. Again, I don't believe in that. I just think that's something that has been depicted throughout the years, because honestly, maybe in relationships most of the time it is the guy that ends up hurting the girl, from what I've seen and what I've been around. But there is that little small population of situations where the girl did some fucked up shit as well. So seeing that, I can see how people create that depiction and create that stigma, because the odds are with the men fucking up and doing some fucked up shit. But you gotta have an open mind and know that that's not always the case. There's stuff that goes on in the background that you don't really know. And also, guys, in my opinion, like myself, I don't really show my emotions and really run to social media when I'm going through and stuff like that. I feel like girls or women, they like attention, so they'll put it out there that they're going through something, or they'll put a little hint or something like that. And us as guys, we'll see that and we'll try to bite the bullet and try to go after and see like what's going on and stuff like that. So I feel like there's little stuff like that creates the stigma, but it's not always like that.
Facts. Stiz, before you answer, I may have said the question wrong. Do you believe that men get hurt as teenagers and then carry that hurt and then end up hurting women later in life? That was what I was asking.
Oh, okay.
But I understand.
To answer your question directly, then yes and no. Yes. I feel like if a guy goes through something when they're younger and stuff like that, you're kind of stuck to grow with that. And if that's all that that's that's how you end up treating other females and stuff like that, because you're hurt. You know, you feel like you gotta hurt other people because you got fucked over and stuff like that. So I do believe that does happen sometimes.
Cool. Stiz, what about you?
Yeah, I believe that thing is true because from my personal experience, that's how I've dealt with women my entire life, and it's not till recently that I started to like face those, I guess, traumas or whatever, and then like deal with it to move on and treat them individually now. Is that house? Whatever. So yeah, my whole thing though is like, from my experience back in the days, I think I like tried to talk to a girl. This is back in like the love letter days. So I remember I wrote fucking Camellia, bro. So I wrote her a love letter.
Mimi?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I had a crazy crush on her when I was in like elementary and shit. Elementary, because she's still from the hood. And she like curved me, but not curved me. She rejected me type shit. She basically like pitied me. You know what I'm saying? She like, alright, I'll fuck with this nigga because his love letter was so good. I did everything that I thought was cute. Like I sprayed it with love spell. Know what I mean? Just did this to it.
This nigga took it back. Nigga said love spell.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
I remember it.
So I sprayed it with love spell, whatever. I'm saying, I ain't trying to long talk you. I'm just trying to explain like why I believe that niggas.
No,
do
this
that,
is
right?
perfect because my follow up was tell me a story about this.
All right, so knock these two birds out then. So long story short is I was feeling Camellia, and shout out to her too. And I wrote a beautiful love letter to my knowledge. I thought it was beautiful. I imported some lyrics from one of my songs from Brandy or some shit. You know what I mean? Niggas had that go-to pack.
Yeah.
Sprayed it, gave it to her. She said it and she was like, oh my God, this is so nice, smells so good, like yada yada yada, all of the pleasantries. And she said, yo, you be my girl. She was my girl for like 2-3 days, bro. But she ain't tell me we was over. She just started fucking with So-So.
For those of y'all don't know, that's like our other best friend.
So yeah, so I said, oh shit, guess that's over with. So now, and it was like puppy love. Like she'll never go down as one of my ex-girlfriends. That's dumb shit.
Okay.
But long story short is because of that, I said, yo, I'll never let a girl play me like that again. So instead of her saying, yeah, I dumped him, that's when I implored to get another one on the way out type shit. Like I started, now I'm gonna add 2 or 3 of these Johns. So when one hurt me, I could just fall on them. And it created like a wild toxic spiral down, like, I mean, sorry to all y'all, but still, it created like a wild toxic spiral to where now, like every female I get, I got another one. Just in case this one hurt me, I got another one. So it's like, nigga, try your best, because I'm already out. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's that. But now it's just, I'm
Okay.
cool.
So Dre, well, to quickly answer my own question, I do believe that is very true, and I like very similar to both of y'all. It's come from experience. Like I've had my own experiences that I'll talk about shortly, but yeah, I feel like I'm not saying men are right in any way, shape, or form for some of the ways we treat and do females, right? But I do feel like more light needs to be shined on the fact that, you know what I mean, like niggas go through trauma and shit too. Sometimes these things happen to us at younger ages, and like we just hurt and we don't know how to, we come in a society where expressing that we hurt and expressing these feelings ain't something that's widely accepted. So we hold that, we harbor it, and then we just go to the next situation like, I'm never gonna let myself feel that way, so I'll do it to her just before she do it to me. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And as wrong as it may be, I just think maybe sometimes people need to look more at the not what was happening, but why it happened.
Right.
But for you now, Dre, give me a scenario or story of when you got hurt in your younger days that you feel traveled with you in your life's journey.
I mean, I could date back to junior high school. There was this girl named Krista.
Oh shit, we got 2 crystals on the way.
Krista.
Oh, Krista.
Yeah, Krista.
She
yeah.
white?
Nah, she was Puerto Rican.
I about to say I ain't never met a black Krista in my life.
But you know, she was like hardly sought after the niggas and all of that. So, you know, we all had class together, and then at lunchtime I always used to play basketball. You know, that's my shit. So she used to sit on the sideline, just watch everybody play ball and all of that. But I was good, like I was one of the nice ones or whatever the case may be. So then I ended up trying out for the basketball team, and I made it. But during that time, I was talking to her, like we was talking, passing notes in class and all of that, talking on the phone every night and stuff like that. So I asked her to be my girlfriend. This is like 7th grade or whatever. But I asked her to be my girlfriend, and she said yeah. So everything was cool, you know what I'm saying? We going to school every day. We showing up at each other's lockers or whatever the case may be, PDA. So then as soon as the basketball season ended, the relationship ended. Like she just stopped talking to me. Like she stopped calling me. We stopped like talking in class and stuff like that. So like, you know, people in class talking and stuff like that. So my best friend was like, yo, I heard she was only with you because she knew you was gonna make the basketball team, and basically that was a good look for her. So I was like, word? Like, so then I went and I approached her about it, and she was just acting stush. And she was acting stush because, like, I guess she felt like she could get away with that because she knew she was bad. She knew she was gonna bounce back from that, whatever the case may be. But I was hurt, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I got played. You know, I felt like she didn't really like me for me and all this, whatever the case may be. I heard that she said he wasn't even really that cute to me. It's really just because he was nice in basketball. So, you know, that was a little bit fucked up for me. And, you know, the rest of that, like, school year, I wasn't really, like, not trying to talk to any other girls or anything like that. I just was just hurt. But I didn't, it didn't really, like, affect me in the long run. Like, it's not something that I held on to. But, like, I was fucked up for a little while.
All right.
Fuck you, Krista.
Wow. Whoa. Somebody who it didn't affect. But, all right. So, for me, right, we're going to talk about a girl named Crystal. I've had other girlfriends, you know, little puppy love shit, junior high school shit. Like I had other real relationships, like not real relationships. I wouldn't even call them real, because I feel like junior high school relationships that was your girlfriend at school.
Yeah,
and like you called her. Like I wasn't going on dates in junior high school, if I'm being honest. Like that's not what it was.
Right. Yeah.
Most I do was link up with you at the park or some shit on the weekend, type shit like that, but nothing crazy. Yeah. My first official girlfriend, and I count her as my official girlfriend, her name is Crystal, and I don't even know where to begin, because it was like I met her on went to go see one of my best friends at the time, and she was on the block. Met her, whatever. Her friend lived on his block. Regular shit. I wasn't even trying to bag her on some G shit, if I'm keeping it a buck. Like it was one of those, like, I seen her and I was just like, hey, what's up? She cool, she cute, but I'm not really paying her no mind. Matter of fact, I'm on my best friend's block because we going to Delaware. That's why I'm literally on his block, because we about to drive to Delaware for like his godfather's something or whatever. So we on the block and I'm leaving. Literally on the ride up there, shorty, they called my best friend and they're like, oh, shorty want to talk to your friend. Whatever. Long story short, I get her number. We talked the whole week or 2 weeks. I'm in Delaware. At that time, it was spring break, and we wound up just going there for the whole spring break. So we was up there for like 2 weeks, and then we came back or whatever. We was together at that time, we was together for 11 months. 11 months strong. I'm talking about every day, bro. I see this girl every day, because when I came back, it went right into summer. So I saw her every day of summer. It was one of those type relationships. Like I saw her every single day of summer. School started, get up, go early to her crib, go see her. Then we go to school after, or pick her up from school, go to her crib after, till her mom's get home. Regular shit. At the time, you couldn't tell me, like no one in the world couldn't tell me like that wasn't my life, bro. Like my life became homeschool Crystal.
Yeah.
Like I ain't see nobody. I ain't think about no other girl. That was it. We 11 months in. We're on the phone planning our 1 year anniversary. Out of nowhere, she just goes, yo, I gotta talk to you. Now that was the first time in my life where a female, where you know the whole like your girl go, yo, I gotta talk, and you just like, God damn, what happened?
You start thinking about everything.
So that's this is my first experience with that.
Yeah.
So, but again, to me, I never even looked at another girl while I was with her. No one could tell me nothing that wasn't like, that's not my girl. So I was like, I didn't do shit. The fuck is this about? She goes, hey, like, I really want to talk to you, and I know we about to celebrate our anniversary, but I don't want to go into this shit with holding shit, so I'm gonna just tell you the truth. I cheated on you. Now, my thoughts is I'm going through so much shit right this in like 10 seconds. Because my first thought is, bitch, how? I see you every day. Like, literally is when we not in school, I see her on the weekends every day. When we in school, it's literally I go to her house in the morning, we had sex, we go to school, she go to Maxwell, I go to Transit. We take the 12 bus, I drop her off, she get off a couple stops before me, I get off after. Then I get off school and go to her crib. So I'm like, how? When? Like, this is my first thought. She tell me when, and then she tell me with who. And the who is what fucked me up. Cause there was a nigga who I ain't have beef with, but it was a nigga she know I don't like. For other reasons, cause he a bitch ass nigga for other shit. Fuck him. So I'm like heated right now. But immediately after she tell me this, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna call you back. I was so fucked up, bro. Like, when I look back and think about it, bro, I literally stayed in my room for 2 weeks, bro. Like, to the point where my mom's was like, yo, you good? Like, I wouldn't come out the room. I sat in the room in the dark, listening to fucking Cry Me a River. I'm dead ass. Listening to Cry Me a River and all types of shit. Like, I was fucked up.
How old was you again?
This was
about to ask that nigga again.
This was like 15, 16.
Okay.
This is high school.
Yeah.
Cause she's old. She's a year older than me. So I think I met her in her 11th grade year. So I was in 10th grade.
Okay. That's understandable.
Bruh, I was fucked up, bro. I was fucked up. And that shit, point blank, I got back with her, right? I got back with her.
Yeah.
And
Of course you did.
the whole point of me bringing this story up is because I look at how I treated every girlfriend I've had since then. And it's like I give this energy of, yo, unless you go an exorbitant amount out your way to show me I could trust you, I won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lead with, yeah, you cool, yeah, you cute, I fuck with you, whatever the case may be, but I won't trust you. Like, I've literally had relationships where I wouldn't trust a girl till a year or two in the relationship.
All right.
Based off that. And it's like, it's the type of trauma and shit like that I be wanting women to understand. Like, I know you just be looking at these niggas that do you dirty and be like, damn, that's fucked up. Damn, he did me fucked up, he did that. But some of y'all don't think about some of the shit that nigga probably dealt with in his life, that he didn't know how, he ain't had the proper tools and resources
Right.
to talk about or express as to why he is the way he is. And that was just like my little story on that. You know, Crystal cool, shout out to her, she married, she got a husband and shit, so, you know, her life is cool. I guess.
My only thing with that shit is like I said before, like, it's just like you take that pain and whatever the fuck you felt back then, and you really like translate that through every relationship. You know what I'm saying? And you don't realize, cause for me, like, mine was real small and nothing to do with the women. It's just like everything to do with me. I mean, granted, it don't make it better that I come across women that did the same thing with me. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
As far as like in his case with the cheating shit, I've cheated with women, I've cheated on women. It don't help that I've been the scapegoat to get out of a relationship. You know what I mean? Like, it don't help that these things happen, and then more and more of these situations weigh more and more on you. Like, you don't realize how you treat these different women that you encounter, or not even that. More importantly, the advice you give to people.
Yep.
You feel me? So it's like my man hit me the other day, and he married and shit. And he said, "Yo, my wife mad ungrateful, bro. Like, she don't never like wanna do everything that I'm doing for her. She don't never appreciate it. She don't never reciprocate it." And my exact words to him was, "So that's why you gotta get you a side bitch." And I'm just like, it came off so natural. I was just like, you probably should cheat on your wife, bro, or leave her, like something.
Right.
But that's just like, after I said it, I was just like, nah, on some serious shit, I think y'all should go get some counseling. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to bring this to the table. Have somebody mediate the conversation. Like, these are things that I've adapted as I got older, but
Right.
my natural response, based on what I know is, nigga, just get you a side bitch, bro.
Facts.
Make your whole life easier till you get caught.
Which makes your whole life worse. By the way. All right. Well, real quick. All right. So let me ask y'all a question. Give me examples of some of the things that you have done in relationships that hurt women because you have been hurt previously.
Wait, repeat the question again.
Give me examples of some of the things you have done that hurt women in relationships you've been in because you've been hurt in the past.
All right, go.
He said, "Alright, go."
I figured you wanted to go first.
Nah, I'm thinking. I gotta think. You got
Oh,
something?
yeah. Nigga.
Nah, nigga, go.
You gotta think. Half the time you be talking to me. Nah, one thing that I've done is was I do real petty shit. And then I realized how controlling I could be, or I could become. So like with the trust thing, I got cheated on before, right? And every female after that, until I like healed, I was like on their ass, like hawking them. Like, everything you do, I want to know. Like, how you say you was with Crystal every day?
Yeah.
I don't want to be with you every day, but I need to know exactly what you doing every day. I need to know where you at. I became one of those niggas, like, weirdo niggas. Like, I think that's weird. I ain't realize how weird it was till I got out of myself and saw it. But that whole time, I'm just like, nah, nigga. So you mean to tell me you left work at this time and they got home at this time? Or like stupid shit, like, yo, all of a sudden you need $40 for your phone bill. We on the phone now, like, it ain't cut it off. Like, shit like that, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I started getting real, like, insecure in my thoughts and my feelings, and I projected that on every female after that based on how that happened with her, because that happened kind of similar. I'm like, how the fuck you had time to cheat if I'm just with you? And then whatever, everybody know the schematics of the story, but it is what it is. I hated that shit. I'm nothing like that now. I don't give a fuck what you doing.
Dre?
I mean, I only got cheated on once from what I know in a relationship. But in that relationship, I kind of knew that that's what was gonna happen, so I really didn't like hold on to it or like, you know, react off of that. My biggest issue that I always have in my relationships is that I always felt like the person I was with was selfish. But you know, growing up now, I realize you kind of have to be selfish. You can be selfish in a healthy way. You gotta be selfish in the way where you're bettering yourself as a person. But me, because I felt like I was being taken advantage of in the past and stuff like that, I would, if I see any inkling of you being selfish or only thinking about yourself, I would just simply reciprocate it and just start thinking about myself and just, you know,
Instead of trying to like figure it out.
Dre a
Yeah.
funny nigga.
word. Just that. Cause, you know, that's just me. If I just feel like I'm being taken advantage of, I just kind of like just really get upset. I go into my shell and whatever the case may be. So I'll just like go mute and not like, I'll communicate, but it'll be just very like one wordish. Like, it's to show you like, you know, I'm hurt and something's wrong with me. And even if you didn't do anything like in this situation or something like that, if it's something from the past that's bothering me, that's like my toxic trait. I'll let it like reflect on the relationship, and I'll just kind of like just take a step back and then be like, what the what the fuck? Like, what's wrong with him? Like, and, you know, and I won't really give much explanation behind it. I'll just be just doing my own thing.
Like for me, I think I've addressed this before on another episode of the podcast, but like my most toxic trait in relationships in general have always been that I was willing to argue over the smallest thing. Even when it was like completely, like me being right was so important to me that it could have been something small that we didn't need to fight about, but because I had to be right, I will push the issue. And I developed that due to, it wasn't until later on I realized, like, from being hurt, I didn't become, like, I can't be a controlling person. That's not in my nature, to be honest. Like, I can't control, because I like my freedom in relationships, not my freedom to do other shit. It's just I can't be that nigga that's, like, all over you about what you doing, because I don't want you all over me about what I'm doing. I need you to understand I'm going to do me and I'm going to do you, but our shit is solid. But what I will do, like what I did do was, because I've been hurt in the past, I was right, I guess, in it. Like, I wasn't wrong. I didn't do nothing wrong. I developed this sense of, no matter what, in every relationship, I got to be right all the time. And it became so stressful, not just for me, but I could imagine for the women I was dealing with, because it's like, we're having a disagreement, we're having a conversation, we're having a difference of opinion. At some point, sometimes no one's right. Sometimes no one has to be right. Sometimes at some point one person could just have a difference of opinion than you. And for a long time that wasn't like something I was willing to do. Like, I was just willing to, I always wanted to be combative and go, nah, I have to win, I have to prove this point. And that's like more like the deeper level shit that I started doing in my relationships that hurt women. Because trust and believe, like, cheating was on the rise after I got hurt. It was on sight for everyone after that. Like, and you know, I'm not saying that jokingly, because like when I look back at it, I wish a lot of that I didn't do, because looking back at it, I can say like some of those relationships probably could have been salvaged, or could have been more than what they were, but because I was unwilling to put myself in a position where I could feel like I got played and hurt again, I just did what I wanted and was like, well, whatever the consequences, everything be damned, it is what it is. And it was just a wild time.
It is what it is.
Let me ask y'all a question. So we've talked about y'all being hurt in the past, and we talked about how y'all being hurt made y'all act, right? How did the culmination of those things, right, being hurt and you hurting women, shape your experience growing up, like shape you as an adult?
Oh man, for me, it helped me to see things a couple steps ahead. Because like I said, my number one fear at the time was being rejected. So now if I learn to develop these skills to basically like read the room, read the etiquette, you know what I'm saying? Read the body language of a shorty, or whatever the case may be, whatever it is, how you want to phrase it, it helped me get there. Like, alright, so she moving a little funny. I paid so much attention to details now. How you text me when you're happy, how you text me when you're mad, how you text me when you're horny, how you text me when you're sad. Like, oh shit. Yeah, write that down. Nah, how you text me, how you talk to me in times of anger, how you talk to me in times of happiness. All of these help build and mold the character of you. So when anything is slightly off, like I pay attention to the cadence in your voice, the cadence in how you move. I pay attention to everything, in every aspect of a female's life, sexually, mentally, physically, emotionally. I pay attention to all of these things based on all these experiences I have. Like, I like to not know what's gonna happen, but be prepared for whatever happens. Like earlier when we spoke, I was like, 2 things gonna happen, this or that. Like, that came from that. Like, came from not going to school one day and seeing my son with shorty that I thought was my girl. Like, these is things like help culminate that trait that I have.
Got it.
And it's one of the things that people like fuck with me for. They like, yo, you observe, you sit back and you chill. And I'm like, I'm really chilling because I'm trying to like be prepared. Like, I'm on point for anything.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And that's in every aspect of life, not just females. Like, because of all of that, I'm always on alert.
I feel like for me, the way all of that hurt that I've been through and all of the hurt that I've caused shaped me and helped me be the most understanding that I've ever been.
Yeah, you definitely upped your empathy for sure.
Like I definitely feel like that has helped me because I started to understand that the old cliche, there's 3 sides to every story, is really true.
Mm-hmm.
And even if I only know one side or I have one experience, that doesn't mean that that's that person's experience. I've learned in situations that I could be experiencing the same, like me and a female, right, could be in a situation together and both be having 2 completely different experiences,
which is often the case.
And I think that definitely helped make me into an understanding person. Cause like, look at some of the philosophies I've adopted over the time. Like, there was a time where I didn't care about like how women felt about nothing, and then you always give me credit for. I always came up with the women don't mind being hoes as long as you don't treat them like hoes. Like, you can't make them feel that way. And because I got that understanding, like, even if I feel that way about you, I don't necessarily have to treat you like that publicly.
Right.
I don't have to make you feel that way.
Yep.
And it's like, it's that sense of understanding has guided me in a lot of different ways, and I'm actually proud of that because I feel like I don't approach negative or positive any situation with this is how I view it, this is how I see it, and this is where I'm at with it now, which is a trait I hate in other people. I hate the trait where somebody goes, this is how I feel, so this is what it is.
Right. I
hate that. I try to go into every situation, male, female, whatever, anybody I talk to, deal with, have any type of situation with a mind of, I may feel how I feel, or this way me where I stand on something, but I'm willing to at least hear where you're coming from and try to understand it. And even if I understand it, I could understand it and still disagree, but I can understand it. What about you, Dre?
I mean, from my past experiences, it shaped me now to, realize that ultimately I control my own story. I write my own narrative. So I mean that by saying, in the past experiences where I noticed certain things about, the female that I may have been with that I didn't really like in the past, I used to just tolerate it and just kind of just deal with it. Pussy involved. I'm in it for the long run. But as time goes on and it's repetitive, it constantly eats at you. Whatever it is, it could be anything. Whatever bothers you, if you're just tolerating it in a relationship and it's just eating at you, it's gonna turn out bad. And when it becomes too late down the line, when you try to fix it, when when you already deep into the relationship, they gonna look at you like you crazy. Like, what? I've been like this my whole time, and you just now saying something. You want to speak up, or whatever case may be. So it made me speak up from the beginning. I don't have to deal with certain shit. If I see something that I don't like, the door is right there. I have that option to leave right away. Or you can, if it's somebody that you really like, you can try to work it out. You could bring it to their attention and try to talk it out and see if it's something that they're willing to change or alter or work on. But also, she controls her narrative at the end of the day as well. So if she doesn't want to change, that's up to her. That's who she was developed as a person throughout the years. So by all means, be you. But I just realized I don't have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about your happiness at the end of the day. Ultimately, because you got to live with yourself. So just making sure that I'm making the right decisions and setting my ground rules at the beginning of my expectations.
All right. So one thing in this conversation that I noticed that we keep, like, I don't want to say we keep, but we keep bringing up like women like cheating and shit, right? And the only reason why I'm addressing that is because I definitely want to I feel like a woman cheating on you ain't the only way she could play you. You feel me? Or like doing something foul. Like I feel like there's a lot of ways for a man's pride, ego, emotions to be hurt and scarred by a woman. So I was talking to one of my homies and he was telling me about a scenario and a situation, and the shit, like I wrote it down. I was like, damn, this shit is some real shit. How do y'all feel, right, when you talking to a girl, right? It is what it is. You making your intentions clear, right? And like she's giving you that vibe that she's just talking to you out of pity, when she could just simply go, yo, I'm cool, and y'all could move on. Like, how do y'all handle that situation? Like, because I don't think a lot of women understand, like, yo, you, like, especially for, I'm gonna speak for me, you ain't gotta do that shit. Like, if you don't wanna fuck with me, cool. All the best to you. Move on with your life. Wish you the best. Hope you find what you're looking for. But I feel like you sitting here playing games and want to do like, oh, well, I'll go out with him because, you know, I feel bad. Now I want to hurt your feelings because you ain't have to do none of that. Mm-hmm. But how do y'all handle that situation?
I mean, I don't really got too much experience with that, to be honest. I mean, I did have situations where I was talking to girls and I felt like they were doing a lot of like bending on their end, like, you know, in terms of like things that I like to do and stuff like that they necessarily didn't like to do, but they would just, you know, do it anyway. That's the only situation where I felt like, well, it wasn't even a feeling of they just doing it out of pity, but it just, I don't ever want somebody to go out their way just to make me happy. Like I want on the receiving end, I want you to want to do what you're doing, if that makes sense. Like,
nah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
Let me ask you this question. So you never was talking to a girl or dealing with a girl, dating, whatever you want to call it, right? Mm-hmm. And felt like got the vibe like she just talking to me just to talk to me. Like she don't really want to talk to me, but she's talking to me just cause either she bored, either she, you know what I'm saying? Either
she won a dare, or lost a dare.
I mean, I felt like there's been times like where, you know, I linked up with a shorty, like just there was a case where like it was a group situation and I felt like the girl was only talking to me because I was the only one left. Like, I'll been there. I'll say that. I've been in a situation where it was just like, I'm only fucking with you because your friends was chosen first and you're what's left. So, you know. So
yo, don't let nobody ever make you feel like you what's left.
So yeah, that kind of fucked with my manhood or whatever the case may be. But you know,
what about you, Stizzy? How you handle that? A, have you dealt with that?
Absolutely. I had a situation where I saw this shorty. I made my intentions to date her or whatever the case may be, and she didn't curve me or whatever, right? But she made, it's like we had mutual friends or whatever. I put in my little playtime, whatever the case may be. And the mutual friend came up, was like, yo, basically telling me like, yo, shorty, she's not really feeling you, but she won't go out with you type shit, right? And I immediately go, the fuck? So it put me on alert now because I expect this to come. And I'm like, shorty came, she was like, yo, let's just go to eat. And I was like, and it hit me like, yo, this that time shorty told me about this shit. And I'm like, yo, you ain't gotta do none of this shit. Like, fuck out of here. And then forever on, like, I always had a side eye to her. Like, I don't fuck with you. Like, you out phony type shit. Because it's like, you ain't had to do that. And I've done that before myself, too. I've had to take one for the team. That's what we call it, taking one for the team. I've took one for the team where I messed with a shorty that I wasn't really interested in, but a bigger play was at play. I've put niggas in positions where they had to take one for the team. So it's
oh, has he?
So it's like, you know what I mean? It is what it is, bro. Like,
oh man. And look, and as a real nigga, you always take one for the team. You always take one for the team.
At least one.
But you gotta draw the line in the sand. And all I'ma say is there was one time in an undisclosed location where my foot was in the sand deep. And I ain't give a fuck about nobody in that situation.
Nah, it be like that, man. Like, again, I just don't want the pity shit. You ain't gotta pity me. You ain't gotta pity this situation, because at the end of the day, I saw this meme where it's like, yo, when you lying as an adult, I think that's soft, because like, who you scared of? And that's what I'm saying. Like, you ain't gotta do that. Like, you could just hold it down, shorty. Like, it really is enough people out here.
That's facts.
But it is what it is.
That's facts.
And two, I didn't put you in that position, son.
What?
You had the options, man. Like I said, I put niggas in the position because I know, like, at the end of the day, you ain't got nothing else to do. I think we got a call coming in.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
Hello?
You on the So Here's the Thing podcast. Who's speaking?
Oh. Hey guys, it's Angel.
Hey, Angel, how you doing?
Oh, that's a skinny.
I'm good.
Yeah, that's the homie. That's my homie, Angel.
Yo, hey, what up, man?
I'm good. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling?
Hey, I'm gonna need you to get some energy, yo. You on the phone?
Yeah, talk up.
I am. I have energy. I'm talking. I'm listening to like 2 or 3 people talk. What's up? How y'all doing? What's good? What's good?
That's what I like. That's what you talking about.
Okay.
So we're here talking about like, you know, like I said earlier in the episode, it's often depicted that guys are the one, like, whenever there's some sort of rift or mess up situation in a situation, the guy's the one who did it. And we feel like that's not always the case. Like, there's sometimes some things behind that. So let me ask you this question, start off. Have you heard the old age adage that a guy mess with some girl when he's like a young kid or a teenager, and that she hurt his feelings, and now he just going out here messing up at all these other women's lives based on him being hurt that one time?
Yep. Of course.
Now, do you believe that's true?
No. I feel like bitches we ain't shit sometimes. But I feel like it's more. I feel like guys do it more, but shit, women ain't always so innocent. You know, we fuck up too, and we get in fucked up situations, and we do fuck up things.
What's something that you took from a past situation, a toxic trait, if you will, from a past situation and took it into a next situation?
Ooh, and my ex being friends with his ex or no more, and then I found out later on. Yeah, so I'm not cool with whoever I'm with being friends with their exes or whatever have you. Because usually a lot of times they have sex with these bitches.
Yeah, I think I missed the beginning. You said you fucked your ex while you was with your other
Never
ex?
said nothing like that. Now, see, look, you taking my words
Nah,
and you
your
twisting
phone-
it, my
your-
good
Nah,
friend.
your service. You got Sprint?
First of all, don't talk about Sprint.
Oh, she got Sprint.
Don't talk about Sprint.
Yo, you a grown woman. It's
Don't
time to
talk about
move on.
Sprint.
This nigga
Shut up.
AT&T on
I was
that.
I was saying that, it's not always just the guys, it's the women too, like
So tell me about a time that
like I've had to.
Tell me about a time that you, like, tell me about a time you know for a fact that you hurt a nigga. When you didn't have to.
A few times, my nigga. Like, and I'm maybe if I'm doing it out of spite, yeah. I mean, intentionally knowing I'm hurting somebody and I'm not, it's no malice behind it. No. Like, if you piss me off and I'm intentionally trying to do something to piss you off, yeah. But not just doing something and not realizing. No, I like to take into consideration the other person's feelings.
So let me ask you
At
this
least I
question.
try.
Do you think any of the things you have done, intentionally or not, to hurt a nigga has caused him to go into his next situation and do other females fucked up?
Yeah.
And you just cool with that?
I mean, what you want me to say? Like, oh my god, I feel so bad. Oh my god, shout out. Matter of fact, shout out to such and such. I mean, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't go back and change it now. The most I could do is I can learn from that situation and try not to carry that over into my next situation. That's all I can do.
And my final question is, do you think at this point in your life you have made it to a space where you are like, all right, I think I know all the shit I need to know concerning relationships and who I am as a person, to where you think you could successfully be in a situation and not hurt that person?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I could try not to. I mean, I'm all right. So I've grown. I think that before I even attempt to do something fucked up, I like to think, well, Angel, how would you feel? And I try to take that person's, feelings into consideration. Or I feel like just communication. Like, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Then
I'm be honest, Sprint having a different conversation than you are right now.
Oh yeah.
Listen. I just left Sprint myself literally this weekend. I recommend it. This ain't working out.
Shut the fuck up.
Yo, hey, we gonna get you in the studio
Whatever.
one day so you can actually like voice your shit, man. The Sprint ain't doing you good right now.
That's a fact.
All right, calm
well,
down.
sorry guys. Talk to you later.
All right,
Oh, okay.
we holla at you.
But
Yeah, well,
I feel like that would have been a great conversation had Sprint not intervened.
Sprint be saying things, man. But she did say that she wanna move on and learn, and she don't want to take that energy from one situation to another situation. So that's good.
Yo, when the calls come in, the music stop?
Yeah, they go down.
Just go down.
Oh yeah, okay. I was mad confused for a second.
But I know seriousness. At least she's on the right track. Cause
Yeah, it sounds like she growing and
all
shit.
jokes
like,
aside,
you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. These things is hard because you never really know what you doing that's toxic or whatever the case is until you like actually get into a situation. You feel me?
Yeah.
So you never really know, like, yo, I'm being, because I didn't know I was being overbearing and shit till I realized I started comparing. I started being real critical about everything that's happening. Well, it is what it is. Shit's just different.
That's a fact. That's a fizzy. I think
Give me from my sins.
Oh, we got another call?
She calling back?
Coming. Hello? Hello? Alright, guess they banged it.
you want to call the person back?
I don't know what's going on.
Sure, we could do that.
Oh, there they go.
Calling back.
Yo, this is Stiz from the So Here's the Thing podcast. You live. What's up?
hey, Tia,
Yeah, she got Sprint.
She got
too.
how are you?
You got Sprint? Hello?
Timo.
Yeah, you got Sprint.
Yo, chill, bro.
Hello.
Merge, you know they merge.
Yeah, I'm starting to think it's your phone. Yo, Tia, how
okay.
you doing?
Y'all came to us. We didn't come to you. I'm good. How are you?
We good. We just sitting here having a nice little chat, talking about how women ain't shit.
Well, that's a fact. You're right. We not.
Yo, tell me some ain't shit you did.
But what's going on?
I was going to lead into the.
All right.
Ooh.
This nigga just jumped out the window with this. Yo, so we
Like, damn.
we discussing how, not all the time when there's a infidelity or something going on, it's not always the man's fault, blah 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 blah. But we also saying sometimes men go through things in life in the younger years or early, they get hurt by a woman and that carries over and it makes them, be act a certain way towards other women. So do you believe that a man gets hurt
Right.
at a young age or at teenage, whatever, and then he carries whatever pain or hurt that happened to him at that and carry it on and do other women filthy?
I definitely do feel that men do that. What it's because of emotions at a younger age. It's the narrative of you have to be a man, man up. So whatever it is that you're gonna go through, get over it. That's it, and that's all. But you're gonna carry that burden unless you deal with that trauma. But that's any kind of human. Period. It's not just men, women too.
Yeah, but this ain't about y'all today.
It's common practice. It's common practice. It's now one supposed to do. I can't knock a head off her shoulders, or maybe I can. Or I'm gonna have to take this with me, but now I'm not going to trust the next female. I'm going to treat the next one violating and do some dirty to her. It becomes like that domino effect versus you having to heal yourself first before you jump into the next bed or the next relationship with somebody else.
So let me ask you this question. Have you personally feel like you've hurt a dude to a point where now he feels like he gotta do another woman dirty? And if so, what was it that you did to that man? Because I know hurting a dude don't necessarily gotta be cheating. It could be other things. It could be emotional abuse. It could be emasculation, whatever. Just what did you do if you did such?
I definitely did do something. Ooh, and I feel bad now. Took me a while, but now I feel bad about it. I strung him along for a while. I had this guy, and we were dating, and we were talking, and so here go me trying to sit there and play the field and play the game, not realizing that he was really catching feelings. And at the time, I was still dealing with who I was doing prior to him. So now I'm like, well, I'm playing monkey in the middle. I'm gonna play with you and see what happens here. I started realizing, like, all right, you gotta pick one. And well, I ain't gonna pick you. You got it. But we can still sit here and like, you not it. I'm not gonna tag you with this game. I really want family with you. I introduced you to my family, and I'm like, that's nice, that's cute. But that was your choice. That was something that you made. I never asked for that. Granted, I did give you the idea and the thought process that I was really going to be with you. I did do that. I did play this whole family role for a minute in my back of my mind and in my head, just to see how far I can get him to go. And so when I broke it down to him, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. I really played with you. Like I really didn't want this. As in, I never really had intentions on really being with you. I just wanted to see how. I just wanted to see how far this was really gonna go. He looked at me with the look like, "Did you just say that?" I was shut my mouth. But he still wanted to be after that, and I'm like, I can't be with you after that, knowing that I know I did not have intentions on being with you in the first place. Like, you bought me whatever I wanted to buy. You did whatever I wanted you to do. That's that. Whatever date I wanted to go on, like you did. You did all the things that a man is supposed to do in a relationship. That was thank you. But that's not really what I wanted. I just wanted to see where it would go.
Can I ask you what was the motivation for that? Like, what was your reasoning to string him along?
So,
initially, when I got with him, he had a girlfriend that I didn't know about. So him and Shorty ended up breaking up in the middle of him and I talking. And I was like, oh, so you think you're going to be with me after you just went through whatever you went through with her? Oh, no. But I'm going to still use you for what you're worth. Just to see how far this is going to go. And no, I'm not going to let go of whatever I had prior to you because I was still an emotional wreck from him. So for me, it was, all right, you started this, so now it's my turn. And when it's my turn, don't nobody like when I play this game because I take it too far. Highly too far.
What's your name again? Tia?
Yes, it is.
The T is for toxic.
What? I just
Yes,
wasn't
it is. It
expecting that
definitely
shit.
is.
Well, she know it.
The T definitely is for toxic.
You can't give
Okay.
Dre time to think, son. Because he been holding on to that. Yo, so
Like, yes, it is. It definitely is for toxic.
You like that? You like that toxic shit, Tia?
It's not for me now.
It's fun, ain't it?
If you used to ask me that, maybe like 2 years ago, I'd be like, yeah, I'm with it. Now it's like, nah, I'm not even with that no more. I can't continue doing this. I'm seeing how it affects not just myself but the other person.
camera right
And also I feel like karma's real, and she's going to violate me whenever she get back here. When she come back around, she's gonna violate me.
Yo,
So, yeah,
so
like,
in closing, let me ask you in closing, do you think that you are at a space now in your life where you have taken some of the hurt you've caused people, some of the hurt that was brung to you, and you're able to be in a solid situation and, you know, not hurt someone?
Yes, I am definitely in a better space now. You know, hurt people. So I took my time and I dealt with my traumas. For a while, I was like by myself because I was like, okay, can't keep playing this game to the kids. I took my time and I dealt with my traumas, and you know, I went and did whatever I had to do for me to heal me first before I even got to where I am now. So yeah, now I'm a little more calm. Now I'm a little more chill. I can be solid now.
Well, that's what's up. I'm happy to hear you not so toxic no more, as Dre would say. You ain't out here having niggas go to jail over some dumb shit. But we appreciate you calling in. We appreciate you being so candid and honest. We'll definitely try to get you up here as soon as possible, you know what I mean? Have you come talk your shit in person. We'll reach out to you, talk to you another time, alright? What?
Good night, fellas.
Good night. I feel like there's like a delay or some shit.
What the fuck is happening, bro? Oh, that's Sam Smith, nigga. But anyway,
wow, that shit was.
yeah, she toxic as shit.
All right, I just got
hurt people, man.
I just got a few more, questions for you guys. Can you, as a man, right? And this is solely on the cheating thing, right? Can you, as a man, really still love someone knowing they cheated on you, and can you really forgive them?
Yeah, yes and yes.
Yep.
I felt like cheating. I used to think cheating was the worst thing in the world, but cheating ain't the worst thing in the world. That's where I'm at with it right now. You know, people cheat for their own reasons. Women, as we all know, or all feel, or at least how I feel, they cheat for a reason. Usually like emotional or something like that. Something that the guy's lacking or not doing for them or something like that. So I mean, like I said in the past, with that, you know, initially I would be upset if I found out I got cheated on, but I want to know the why behind why you cheated, and if it has something to do with me, then I can, you know, be accountable in that right, and you know, try to improve on whatever you want me to improve on. And also, I think it's unhealthy to always hold on to stuff and not forgive. People, you know, take different time with their healing and stuff like that, but I think eventually you do have to come to some type of underlining like, you know, forgiveness or healing. You gotta be at peace at the end of the day. You can't hold on to all of that turmoil, because you're just gonna end up being like Tia, just being toxic all the time. But yeah.
What's up? What about you, Stiz?
Yeah.
Well, you answered, but you know, go a little further.
Well, nah, I just, you know what I mean? Like, in my earlier days, I would definitely, like, try to hold that against you and move accordingly. But now it's just like Dre said, it's way more pressing shit than cheating. The one time. I'm not just gonna sit here and be a muck. You know what I'm saying? But it's, you know what I mean? We all fuck up. Players fuck up. I fucked up. I would want another chance to be better at fucking up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, niggas fuck up, man. Like, I don't hold it against you. And like Dre said, they just piggyback everything Dre said. Like, I want to figure out especially if the relationship is real, I want to figure out what it was that caused that and what I could do to change that around and perfect my craft.
Yeah.
I ain't get there yet. I'll be honest with y'all. I ain't get there yet.
Take some time.
I'm gonna be honest. Like,
you way more empathetic than me, so
no, I'm empathetic and I'm understanding, but that don't mean I can stay with you.
I get you.
Like, what I can say is I'm at the point where I'll hear what happened, I'll understand why it happened, and kindly tell you, you should leave me alone, because I know how I'm gonna react after this.
Yeah.
Like, in my last situation where I lived with my girlfriend, she did certain shit that I didn't like, and my exact words to her were, yo, we should not be together anymore, because I know how I'm gonna react. I know how I'm gonna treat you going forward in this. And she then told me, nah, she willing to deal with it and she willing to try and make it work. And then I proceeded to violate her at every turn. And I'm not saying that's right, but my growth in that and my maturity in that is not just doing that off the rip. I'll tell you and explain to you that this is who I am, and I'm just not there yet to be able to fully forgive. Like, I need time. I'm the type of person that needs time. So your best bet is to end it, and then if we come back, we come back. But just, I need time. That's for me. And then in closing, I just want to ask you guys one more final question. We talked about a lot of the things we've done to people, things people done to us, how it affected us in life. What steps are we taking now as men to break this cycle of pain that we just keep back and forth with? Like, we got hurt, we hurt somebody, they hurt somebody, we get hurt again, we hurt somebody. Like, how are we, what conscious efforts and steps are you taking now or implementing in your life to make sure that you don't live that way?
Just always making sure that I'm communicating with my partner, whoever the case may be. You just give them the real, like, you know, like we always say, just give them the real from the start. So, you know, in getting to know a person, I'm going to let you know about my past, let you know about my background, the things that I've been through and stuff like that, things that affect me and stuff like that. And, you know, even with that, I may not be over everything that has happened to me in the past, and I'll let my partner know that as well. Like, you know, this is something that I'm working on. It may, if it happens, if it comes up in this relationship, I may still react in the way that I reacted in the past, but I want you to know that's not, I'm trying to get to a better place, so I'm just taking the steps. But there will be times where I slip up sometimes. If that's something that you're willing to deal with, then let's do this.
Same thing, man. Communicate. Try to, you know what I mean, be a little more vulnerable. Tighten up my circle, because I was having a conversation with one of my homeboys. He was like, he felt like he couldn't articulate exactly what he was going through at the time. And I'm trying to let him know, like, yo, we joking shit. That's part of the culture, but we here for you. Well, I'm here for you. So just tightening up my circle, knowing who I could be myself 100% of the time with in all aspects. If I feel like I can't bring certain shit to you, I just won't fuck with you. Period.
Yeah, for me, one of the main steps I've taken is trying to get over that stigma of you know, men can't be emotional and express how they feel. So I try and go on my way to, you know, if I do feel a way, if I am hurt, if I do feel whatever I feel concerning the situation, express it. Don't just hold that. Don't just let that build up, because I know for me that don't end well. It's not healthy for me. It's not healthy for the relationship. It's not healthy for her. Like, I try and get that out, and it don't necessarily mean for her. Like, I don't mean I gotta tell you all the shit I'm dealing with or how I feel. Sometimes it's just like you said, having a good circle around you that I could go, yo, bro, like, this is how this shit affected me. Cause a lot of times you'll see a situation from only your perspective because you in it. And sometimes talking to your friend or your friends or your circle, your team, and they'll be able to go, all right, we understand where you coming from, but you got to look at it from her perspective, or it ain't that serious. You know what I'm saying? And you get out your own head. Yeah. Or, like I said, if the real thing to do, you should do is talk to your significant other. So just being able to express myself is the step I'm taking. And, you know, I still got work to do, and we going to get there.
That's a fact.
We definitely going to get there. But, once again, that sounds like another one. I think we gonna end it right here. Once again, we would love to hear from y'all. We would definitely love to hear your comments, hear y'all opinions. We want to hear some topic ideas. So you could definitely reach out to us. The best way to reach us is So Here's the Thing .pod on Instagram, and SHTT Pod on Facebook and Twitter. And if the social media thing ain't your thing, you can hit us on the email at sohere'sthething@yahoo.com.
Yeah, man. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. Let's get them views up.
Please like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe.
All of that. But that's how. So Here's the Thing podcast on YouTube, and then also we're on all audio platforms. On Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud. All of those at So Here's the Thing. And again, just check it out. We appreciate the support so far, and we just gonna keep this ball rolling. And as always, it's your boy Dre, man, signing out.
It's your boy Stizzy.
It's your boy too. We out of here.